Hey there, Pride fans, and welcome to another edition of the WB Basic Culture Report right here on GoHofstra.com. Dan Savarino, Joe Mihalich, the head basketball coach of the Hofstra Pride, coming off another 20-point win, this time at the Barclays Center against LIU Brooklyn, a place where 2 years ago the Pride ended up losing, get a victory back at the Barclays. But Coach, overall, what did you feel and how did you like the win?
Well, coming off that LaSalle loss, we had to address a couple of issues. We didn't play with the toughness that we need to play with every game when we played LaSalle, and we didn't defend like we needed to defend when we played against LaSalle. So, the toughest team won the game that night. I thought we were disappointing. We were all disappointed, that's for sure. And so we did respond. I thought our guys responded. We had two pretty spirited practices going into that game, and I thought our kids responded.
Well, I know obviously the 10-day break was something that you were hoping wouldn't happen and you felt it would have been good for injury, but did you notice after those two games last week and the two losses that 10-day break actually ended up slowing you guys down?
Oh, sure. And hey, it's just part of the season. Everybody has a 10-day break, and you got to deal with it. It wasn't the wrong thing to do. You can't avoid it. It was exam week. I wouldn't do anything differently. It's just you're making a good point. It's hard to keep that game rhythm not playing games. We had a nice rhythm going into the break, and it's tough to get it back. Hopefully, we got a little bit of that feeling back against LIU.
Well, against LIU Brooklyn, a quick start automatically. It's something that we haven't seen from the Pride in the last couple of games. How is it different in the start for the team today?
Well, again, I think it was. I always say the way you practice is the way you're going to play. I mean, we really practiced hard, and our practices were pretty challenging and so forth. And I think our kids were excited to play the game. They were excited to get that taste out of the mouths that we had when we played LaSalle. And we were also excited to be in the Barclays Center. Beautiful, beautiful building and a great venue and an NBA venue. And our kids, we always say play the same way all the time. And our kids did that. They played like they were excited to play basketball.
Well, obviously, the two big stories in this game were the two guys you brought over from Niagara. Wanye Green ends up having the first triple-double in program history, and then you have another career-high outing from Amin Tank. So let's start with Wanye. I know in the past, back against Coppin State, you thought he had a chance to get a triple-double. Do you feel the same way against LIU Brooklyn?
I think he has a chance every game, and that's because of the players that he's surrounded with. But he really shares the ball. I don't know if he's an NBA passer, but he can really pass the basketball, and he finds the open man. I think he likes to pass, and when he gets in there and gets those long rebounds, I think he's a threat to get a triple double every game.
Amin Tanksley, another 32-point game now, another 30-point game for you guys. What is it about him this season that has really glued everybody together?
Well, he's making shots. I mean, I hate to simplify it so much, but he's just making shots. Now, he's also getting open shots. Why? Because you have to guard Wanye Green, because he can shoot it and he can drive it. You have to guard Brian Bernardi. If Dion Nesbitt's on the floor, you have to guard him. Rokas is starting to get healthier and healthier. We can get him back on the floor and so forth. It's going to be tough to cheat off of any one guy. So he's getting good shots. He's making the shots. And he's playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Well, the depth is there at the guard position. We always knew that. But Musa Kone has now played 3 games back since returning from injury. How have you evaluated his 3 games?
Well, I think he's still, I tell him all the time, be quick but don't hurry. He's such a high energy guy. He's playing a little bit too fast right now. He wants everything to happen all at once, and he's got to just get back to that rhythm where let the things come normally, let them come naturally. But he's so excited to be out there, and he energizes our whole team. It's great to have him out there. We just got to get him to where he's playing at a normal, natural game speed.
Well, final game of the calendar year will be against Central Connecticut State. Also the last game of the non-conference. You have a chance to have 9 wins that's non-conference. How would you evaluate the non-conference slate for you guys?
Well, I think to this point we've done what we had to do. We left a couple out there. That's the way, and I think that's what that's the attitude good teams should have. We left a couple out there. I mean, we're not apologizing for the record. It's good. It's one of the best in the league, and we're proud of that. But we feel like there's a couple we probably should have gotten, and if you don't feel that way, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be playing. You shouldn't be coaching. So that's where our heads are at. But I gave you a long-winded answer there. But we're proud of where we are, but not satisfied by any stretch.
Well, the way you got to focus now is the last game of that non-conference against Central Connecticut State. What is it about the Blue Devils? What are the keys to coming with the victory there?
Well, they're a dangerous team. They're a loose bunch. I mean, it's one of those teams where they only play 5 or 6 guys, maybe 7. So they know they're not coming out. If they take a bad shot, they're not coming out. If their man beats them off the bounce, they're not coming out. So they have that looseness about them. As I said, they're dangerous. They got 4 or 5 guys that can, any one of them can get 20. They get up and down the floor. They play hard. They're competitive. They're coached by Howie Dickerman, who's a tough guy. So his teams are tough teams. So, you know, we're going to have to, and we're on the road. So we're going to have to play well to get this done.
I know you don't like focusing too far ahead, but then the conference slate does start. First game in the CAA is against UNCW this weekend down there in North Carolina. Quick scouting report. How do you get ready and have them focus for that to get ready for the conference?
Well, you know, honestly, I mean this when I tell you, I don't know if it's superstition or if it's just the way I think you got to focus, but I really don't. I might ask a question or two of the assistant that's doing the scout. Shane Nichols can give you a better answer about them than me because he's doing the scout. But I really don't know much about them. I know they're playing well. They've got a couple of good wins, and they have a new coach and a new energy about them down there. So I know that. The only thing I can say is this: that we have 2 days to get ready for them. But we've been doing that all season long with 2 days to get ready for somebody. So you know, hopefully we can get ready for them. I think we can get ready. The other part of it is, can we beat them down there? That's going to be a real challenge.
Well, it's a non-conference finale, you can say. A matinee on the 31st, last game of the academic, well, the calendar year, I should say, and then this upcoming weekend, it's the conference opener against UNCW. He's Joe Mihalich. I'm Dan Savarino. We'll catch you next week, Pride fans.
Happy New Year, everybody.